Hey guys, it's Amy at Zoe Beck, and I'm going to start my next reading vlog. So it is Sunday night. It is about 7:40 or about 6:45, and so I'm going to go make a dinner here. But I just finished off my Halloween weekend and got that vlog done. So I don't know if I'm going to read anything more physically tonight because I just finished a book for that vlog, and I'm glad I got that done. It was a great book. I did listen to an audiobook earlier today, so I probably will not listen to this tonight, but tomorrow I definitely will continue Ghost of a Smile by Simon R. Green, the second book in the Ghost Finders series, which is a paranormal urban fantasy where these people are dealing with paranormal events, and this time they're in a medical facility that, wasn't doing very good research. Anyway, so I'm about 158 pages in, so I still have about, I think about 120 left. So I'm hoping I'll finish that tomorrow on audio, and I will probably continue to book 3 because a few of these are on Audible Plus right now until the 21st of October. So I'm going to get done the ones I can. The other 3 in that series, there's a 6-book series, so the other 6 I will probably have to read physically. So we'll see when I get to those, but I want to get the audiobooks done before the date, before they go away. And we'll see what happens. So, as I said, I don't know what I'm going to read physically. I'm not sure. But I'm going to go make dinner. If I happen to start something or I will come back and tell you guys, but I might not see you until tomorrow after work, because at this point, I don't know. I'm looking around going, I don't know if I feel like reading anything right now, because I just spent most of the afternoon reading. And again, it was a great book. I need a break. So I'm going to watch some BookTube and, as I said, have dinner, and then we'll see how I feel. Anyway, that's it. We're starting the next 4 days. This vlog will go until Thursday afternoon, where I will then switch back to Halloween weekend. And I'm not sure if I will get any Victober reads in this week. I did plan to, but I might take this week off because I might be binging a lot of Simon R. Green books on audio instead. So we'll see. We'll see how I feel. Maybe I'll do a physical Victober read. Not tonight though, I don't think. But you never know. I don't know. We'll see what happens. It might just be a Simon R. Green week. We will see what happens. Anyway, I will check in with you guys later. Hey guys. So it is Monday, and it's just before 5 o'clock. I just got home and got comfy, and I am not feeling so good. And I felt fine until I drove home. And then on my drive home, partway home, I'm feeling achy and my stomach hurts. And I haven't eaten since lunchtime, but I haven't felt anything bad while I was at work, and now I don't feel good. So I don't know how. I'm hoping it's just tonight that I just feel achy for some reason. I'm not sure. Hopefully I'm not fighting something. I'll have to check how my brother's doing, but again, I only saw him from a distance mostly. So I don't know. I don't feel good. My stomach is achy, and there's certain things that do set off my stomach, but I didn't have that much today of anything and I had canned soup for lunch because that's what I took, and I don't know. I just don't feel so good right now. Anyway, hopefully it'll pass. I'm hoping it's just this evening or right now. Maybe in the next hour I'll feel fine. Right now I don't want to eat because my stomach hurts. So we'll see. Anyway, reading wise, last night I did read another about 55 pages in The Front Runner by Elsie Silver. This is book number 3 in the Gold Rush Ranch series. So I'm about 107 pages in now. I'm enjoying it. I'm not loving it, but again, I did read 50 pages like a week ago, and then I read a little over 50 pages last night, so I'm not making a lot of progress. It's definitely a back burner book right now. And now how I feel right now, I'm not sure I'm going to read this tonight, but I might pick this up and read more. We're following Mira, the vet, and then Stefan, who is one of the other ranches around the area where Gold Rush Ranch is that has horses and races. And so he did some things that were kind of shady in the first book, so a lot of the characters don't like him that well, but he has showed some true, like he's actually shown he can be nice. He's just a little bit more morally gray than some of them would like. Anyway, so far I'm enjoying it. I like them both, and getting his POV and Mira's. So I will continue to work on this. I'm just not sure it's going to be tonight because the way I feel right now. Anyway, I did finish Ghost of a Smile at work this morning. So I really enjoyed that one. Again, that was the one at the medical thing. And the ending, I totally forgot that happened. I was like, what? Like things kept happening in the end that I wasn't expecting to happen. Anyway, it was fun. Again, urban fantasy, paranormal. Anyway, and then I got pretty deep into Ghost of a Dream, which is book 3. And it's the last one that I can get on audio through the Audible Plus, through that. The next 3, though, are done by a different narrator, so I don't think I'd even want to listen to that, because the first 3 were done by Toby Leonard Moore. I think I said Tony before because I thought it said Tony, but it says Toby. Anyway, but so there's 3 more books in this series that I probably will read physically. But I am really enjoying this. This one takes place in a theater. So, which is really interesting because I just read another one of his books called From the Holy Terrors series, book number 3, that takes place in a theater, but it was definitely different. But I think it's interesting, a few things that I see in this one that is kind of in the newer book, but not enough. They were written again. They're written like 12, or I think like 13 years apart, I think. So, yeah, about 13 years apart. So, I mean, I could totally see they're both in theater. It was just funny. Totally different series, totally different vibes, but it was still funny. Anyway, so, I remembered this one, a lot of it, but not everything. I still, like, as I said, it's been years since I did a reread. I need to look back to see when the last time I reread this series. But anyway, but I think I'm far, like, I probably have like a half hour or maybe 40 minutes left on the audiobook. So, which means, so I think what I'm going to do is, first off, since I'm not feeling great, I'm going to first listen and finish this off, my reread of that. And then I'll probably just watch BookTube for a little bit, and then we'll see how I feel. Right now, I don't feel very good. Like, not at all. And I'm a little concerned because I don't want to be sick right now. I mean, I got appointments later this week that, again, if I'm sick, I'm not going to be able to go to those. So I'll have to reschedule and blah, 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 blah. Anyway, so we'll see how I feel in a little bit. So I'll check in after I finish this. It might just be quick to say I finished it, and then that's it, and then I'm not feeling any different, or I don't know. We'll see what happens. Anyway, I'm going to go and do that, and then we'll see. Okay, so it's like 40 minutes later, and I finished Ghost of a Dream, again, book 3. So I really enjoyed revisiting these. The audiobooks are fine. As I said, I've always done them physically, so this was the first time listening to the audios. I would love to continue with the audios, but again, I don't want to pay money for these, so I'll just reread the last 3 books physically when I have a chance. Anyway, I'm still feeling about the same, maybe a little better, but not enough. So as I said, I'm just going to watch some BookTube for a little bit and hope it gets better. I do want to mention I am going to go back to the Night Side by Simon R. Green with my audiobooks for tomorrow. I have Agents of Light and Darkness ready to go. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to do, there's book 2 in the Night Side series. This is a bind up of 3 of them. And then I do have Nightingale's Lament on standby as well. So that's book 3. And they're all really short. The first couple books are very short. They're all about 230 pages. So not in this bind up. This bind up they're even shorter, but in the original paperbacks they were about 230. Anyway, so I'm going to continue. So I did make a list, and between the library on Audible Plus, of the last 11 books I need to read to finish this series, I think there's 4 that I don't have access to that I would have to buy. My library doesn't have it, and Audible Plus doesn't have it in their menu, or, it's not on, it's, and they're all about $4.20-ish. So I might spend the $16 just to have the audiobooks if I'm really enjoying the audiobooks. If not, because the audiobooks will only last for the ones that on Audible Plus until the 21st. So we'll see. Anyway, as I said, I'll continue on to that. Agents of Light and Darkness has angels in this, and again, that's another urban fantasy. This one again was written before the Ghost Finder series, but this one is following John Taylor, who is pretty much like a PI kind of thing, but he deals with the night side, and he in the first book he has left the night side 5 years. He ran away because of some bad things that happened, and he didn't want to deal with it because he has a kind of interesting lineage. He has a talent that he can find anything, which is showing his little brain power there. I adore this series, and as I said, it was I'm going to enjoy my reread, and I'm just going to do it. I've just decided that's going to happen. So as the book 2 is the next, what happens with the aftermath of book 1. So I can't say too much, except there are angels and demons, I believe. I know it's angels for sure. And they're after some unholy grail. So not the regular grail, but an unholy grail. So I don't know much about what's going on. And then and so the third one we'll continue from there. Anyway, they're pretty short, as I said, these audiobooks, so I'm hoping to get through them pretty fast if I feel up to it. Again, that all depends on my mood and if I can physically listen at work, because again, sometimes I'm just too busy. Today was kind of mediocre. I got a lot done, but I still had time to listen to those. So again, they're very short. Okay, that's it for now. If I decide to read something, I might listen to Agents of Light and Darkness. If I'm just not feeling like focusing on anything and I just want to listen to something. But I think I'm going to let myself, because it's, getting closer to 6 o'clock. Not quite yet. It's like, less than 5:45. But I just meant, I'm still don't want to eat anything. Like, food just doesn't sound good and my stomach still hurts. Not as bad, but I'm still kind of concerned. So I'll probably watch a few videos and then make a decision about if I'm going to read or I'm going to listen, or I'm just going to watch BookTube all night. So anyway, that's kind of it for now. I will check in later. Yeah, we got to go to bed, guys. We're late. Okay, so it's after 10. I should have gone up to bed about 15 minutes ago, but I am feeling better. It was about 8 o'clock. Well, about 7:30 before I even felt like eating something. I just had toast. That was about all I could handle. So that's what I had. Anyway, I did read about 50 pages of The Front Runner by Elsie Silver. So I'm not quite halfway yet because I'm at 160. Can't remember how far this book goes. No, that's the next book. Where's the end of this book? Yeah, I'm 10 pages short of halfway. So I'm almost there. I am enjoying this. I just didn't read as much. As I said, I mostly watched BookTube. I didn't feel well for a couple of hours. So luckily, I feel pretty good right now. I don't feel anything. I don't know what that was about. I don't know. It was not fun. Anyway, so I just wanted to let you know I did read. And I am enjoying that. I wish I could have got a little farther, but I didn't. So anyway, that's it for tonight. We will check in tomorrow. Hopefully I don't feel sick tomorrow, because I did not enjoy that. And again, it wasn't like it was bad or anything. I just definitely felt off. And anyway, off to bed. Hey guys, so it is Tuesday evening. It's just after 6 p.m. So I'm a little late coming to this because I did have to do a few things after work. Work was good. I made it through. No forklift. Anyway, but it was really busy. I actually did a lot of work today, which was really satisfying to get a lot of stuff that I'd started and then got it finished, which was really nice. And then I got to listen to my reread audiobooks, and it just made me happy. So it was a good day overall. After work, though, I made the decision on the fly today is to stop by Xfinity or Comcast, that's what my internet is through, and I wanted to check on the prices because every October is usually when I get on contracts, or I just go in to check to see if there's a deal. And there was a deal this time for internet, so I did upgrade or I got a new modem, so I take back my old one, so I do have to go back, but when I got it cheaper though, so I'm saving money, so it all worked out well for me this time around, this contract. So that's great. The modem is theirs. So I take back the other one. Okay, that's what I said. Oh, but I had to do the activation of it. And it actually went really well. It just takes time, and I got all sweaty and hot, and I was just so annoyed. And but I got through that. So but a book came in today, and I do want to kind of mention it because it's one of my highly anticipated books this year, and that is The Clock House Murders by Yukito Ayasuji. And this is the same person who did the Decagon House Murders, and of course I can't think of the other names of the other two books that we've read. Berna at Burnish Bookish Adventures and I have read this series together, and I'm so excited for the new book. We're gonna have to try to figure out when we're gonna read it. It was translated from the Japanese by Hon Ling Wong, so I know they did at least the last book translation. Anyway, I don't know anything about this except that these houses are built by a strange architect, which starts in the first book, and then all these houses are ones that he's built that are all kind of weird. And our detective Shimada Kiyoshi, he is our amateur detective who is going to each of these houses because he's drawn to them, and always murder ensues, and they are crazy, but they're good. Like, I love it. They're so good. Anyway, I just love these books. And again, the last couple ones stumped me. So it was pretty good. Anyway, anyway, I'm really excited. So I'm gonna have to talk to her about when we're gonna get to read that, because I'm excited to read that one. Anyway, so that's just kind of my pre-order from, I think it came out last week. Anyway, it finally showed up. Anyway, so today I listened to 2 full books of the Nightside or the John Taylor series. So I listened to Agents of Light and Darkness and Nightingale's Lament. Book 2, again, this is about the night side, which is, it's always 3 a.m. and you just can't trust anybody. Agents of Light and Darkness, again, is about everybody looking for the unholy grail. So it's kind of like the opposite of the Holy Grail. So it's bad news, but everybody wants the power of it. And he is sent to, again, he's like a PI. So he goes to tries to find it. Kitty, could you stop? Oh my God. Anyway, this is what it's like when I first get home, and especially when I start talking to you guys. The second one, Nightingale's Lament. He is hired by this man to help to get in contact with his daughter, who is the singer, who, when people listen to her sing, some of them are becoming suicidal and some actually kill themselves. And so obviously there's something going on there, so he is sent on that. As I said, these are very supernatural, paranormal, all different kind of weird stuff with kind of sci-fi stuff mixed in. We get to, in both those books, we met characters that are important for the whole story. We get to meet Dead Boy in the Nightingale's Lament, and Angels of Light and Darkness. We got to know Shotgun Susie really well, and I'm excited that we got, I forgot how they're introduced. Like a couple of them are introduced in different books, and like the book I'm, and then it'll just carry on because it's a 12-book series, so they do come back. Anyway, and then where'd the other book go? Kitty, you're on my book. Anyway, and then I did start Hex in the City, which is book 4 in the Nightside series. So this one, he is tasked by Lady Luck, who, she just walks by and you either get really good luck or really bad luck. And she wants to know the origin of Nightside. So again, the Nightside is kind of an alternate universe, kind of connected to London. And as I said, it's always 3 a.m. It's always dark. There's areas where it's very neon. Other parts look like a business district. Other ones look like, you know, not just like homes that have like really been run down and stuff. It's like a city kind of underneath the, like, but it's like parallel to London. I guess that's what I want to say. Anyway, Lady Luck wants to find out the origins of Nightside because it is this weird place and rules don't really apply there. And she wants to know why. And so he is sent on there. And of course, there's people who don't want him to know. And he has his own special powers. He can find anything. So, and he also has some personal history that we're learning more and more about. Anyway, I just, again, adore this series. Anyway, so I made it about 92 pages. Again, all the ones, these are narrated by Dan Cowley, which is fine. It's my first time listening to them because I've only read them all physically a couple of times, like all the way through. So this is an interesting reread, doing it by audio. And that's, so I listened to the ones today, all from Libby. But the 5th book, which is the last one Libby has, somebody has it. So I'm not gonna, I might have to buy that one as well as 4 others. And then there's also, how does that work? I think that's, and then I think three of them are on Audible Plus. 3 or 4. It must be 3. So, I mean, I want to read the whole series, but I don't want to pay for all of them because the ones that are on Audible Plus, if I bought them straight out, they're like $12. Well, the 5 of them that I'm looking at are just over $4. So it comes out to about $21 for all 5. That's just my math, is just mathing. Anyway, I won't have the whole series owned, but I'll own half of it if I do that. And then I can maybe collect the other ones later. But I'm really enjoying it. And I'm probably not going to stop myself from spending the money to continue the audiobooks. And I probably will have to do 5 because I don't think I'm going to get it from the library in time tomorrow. So anyway, because the next one will be Paths Not Taken. And that's the one that the library has one, but it's only 1 copy. Anyway, so that's it for now. I think I'm going to try to read The Front Runner, but I don't know. Not sure I'm in the mood for that right now. We'll see. I'll see. I mean, as I said, it's fine. See, I can't get to. Can I get to it, Kitty? You can let me have the book. Yeah. So again, as I said, I'm just under halfway. I don't know if I feel like this tonight. I think because I listened so much at work today. I mean, the books are short. Like, those are like 230, 220 pages for those 2 books that I read or listened to. And then I got 92 pages into the next one. But they're really short. Like, they're mostly dialogue. I mean, there is some description, but they're high dialogue books. So anyway, so I don't know what I feel like. If I feel like reading, I might not read right now. I might just watch BookTube for a little bit with my new modem. Anyway, and we'll see what we'll see what I do. If anything happens, I'll let you know, or I'll just check in with you guys tomorrow. I don't have any plans tomorrow. I don't think I have to stop anywhere. I don't think so. I hope not. I can't think of anything. I don't think I have anything tomorrow. So we'll see. We'll see what I get done, because tomorrow I'd like to get through Hex in the City and Paths Not Taken. We'll see what happens. I don't know. What are you guys looking at? Is there a bug? Oh, I think there is. Something's flying around. But they're just sitting there staring at me, and then now they're not. I don't know. You guys are cute. Hey guys, so it is Wednesday evening. It's about 5:30. I just got home. I just snacked because I made a mistake today. I took my lunch like 45 minutes early because I read the time wrong, like by an hour. And I still don't know how I did that. I thought it was like late. I was running late. I thought, oh, it's 12:40. I need to take my lunch. Yeah, it was 11:40. So by then I'd cooked my lunch, and I'm like, yeah, okay. So that was weird. It didn't help that the beginning of the morning I did 45 minutes on the forklift unloading really big beams and pieces of metal and steel. Oh, it was just horrible. It was like the longest 45 minutes of my life. And I just don't like that rental heister. I don't like the way it shifts gears. When you're going back and forth, and you're not on fully level ground. It just was not fun. Anyway, but I survived it. I wish I did not have to be the one to unload, but I was the only one that could at the time, and it was horrible 45 minutes of my life. Anyway, and I'm so tense. My shoulders hurt because I was gripping, the steering wheel and the gear so much. So I was just so stressed out from doing that. It was horrible. I mean, luckily the driver of the truck, or the vendor who brought it, he was really good about directing me. I know he's a little, he gets a little bit impatient with some of the, because I am so new, or I'm still think I'm a newbie, even though I've been doing it for a year and a half, but it's still, I would rather someone direct me than just let me go at it. Anyway, but I survived. Anyway, so again, work was normal beyond that. I mean, 2 things that were weird. So I did do a couple errands. I had to return something from Amazon, so I dropped off by Whole Foods. I didn't buy anything there, but I thought about it. I walked around because I don't go there very often. So anyway, and then I went and returned the old modem. So that's taken care of, so I'm all done with that for my internet. And then I stopped at Ulta to get some shampoo and conditioner. And I really don't like what I buy right now, but it was at least buy one, get one half off, so I just bought it one more time. And then I think I'll probably change brands. So if anybody has a good brand that they use on if their hair is color treated and very fine hair but has a lot of it, let me know. I don't know. I don't like the brand I'm using. Anyway, but I will use it for another month and a half, and then we'll switch over when I get my hair done again, and I'll change. Anyway, so now that I've talked that much, let's talk about my reading. So last night I did read a little bit of The Front Runner. I still got a lot to go, so I'm going to try to make a really good dent in that tonight because I really want to get done with it. I'm not enjoying it as much as the other two books, and it's not because of the characters. I don't know. I think it's because of... I think it really is because it's not that they're sneaking around, but it has this feeling of them not being honest. Well, first of all, they're not honest with themselves on their feelings all that much, or he is more than she is. But also they're hiding their relationship, even though, it's, I don't know. I don't know. There was a thing I was worried about that just resolved, so at least that isn't going to be like the major point in the end. I'm just afraid of what the end is going to be because I can see so many things that could go wrong, and I have so far to go. Anyway, so I'm going to try to get a really good dent in that tonight because I'd really like to finish tonight, but I don't know if I can get that much done. But I'm going to try to get a good chunk, and then maybe tomorrow I can finish that off before, I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, so today at work, though, I continued listening to Hex in the City. This is book number 4 in the Night Side, so I really liked this one. This is the one where Lady Luck asks to find out how the Night Side came about. And so it starts things at kind of a domino effect. And I just love the way that we're getting to know more characters, and we're also seeing how things, they're starting to connect up with the other books and stuff. And I really like that. So that was good. And then I started Paths Not Taken, which is book 5. So I just finished that. I came home and I had like 15 minutes left. So I just listened to the last here while I had a snack. Because again, I took my lunch too early, so I had to take it anyway. But I did really enjoy this one because this is this is where it gets a little bit more sci-fi. I mean, there are sci-fi elements in this. Again, this is very much an urban fantasy, but there's a lot of sci-fi elements as well in the Night Side. Because there's future stuff, there's different timelines, there's kind of time slips, there's a lot of things. And this one, they go back in time trying to figure out about the Night Side. And it's very interesting. And I didn't remember a lot of what happened in this book, so it was kind of interesting because I was like, oh, I forgot that happened. Anyway, so again, that's book 5. So I've finished 5 of the 12. So anyway, I really, really enjoyed those. I will tomorrow continue with Sharper Than a Serpent's Tooth, because this is a big one in the series, being book number 6 and halfway through the series, or once we get through this one, I'll be halfway through the series. So I'm really excited for that one because I don't remember how it goes. There's scenes in my head of things until it happens. I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. So anyway, that will be my audiobook tomorrow. And if I finish it, I'm going to go into book 7, which is Hell to Pay. And I don't know where this one is. I don't know where this is going to go because this, again, big things happen in this book. So I can't remember what happens here. So I'm not going to look at the back because I don't want to remember right now. But anyway, those will be my audiobooks tomorrow. Because again, they're still very short. They're between 200 and I think like 40. Well, this one's 260 pages. I think this one's and I think the other one is 247. So they're all about that size. They're not very long books, but I think they're the right length for the story that he's telling. Because again, it's very episodic, and they do connect. You cannot read these out of order. This is not a series you read out of order, even though it has the kind of cozy mystery idea, because it has the mystery each one has kind of a case, and they build. So anyway, I'm really enjoying my reread, clearly. And I will continue because I did buy the audiobooks that I needed that are not on Audible Plus that I need for the rest of the series. So I did pay for that, and but I need to make sure I get through I have 2 more books to get through before I do the 3 books that are on Audible Plus, and then I'll have the 2 that I've also bought that are at the end. I can at least read after the 21st, because I have to get the other ones all done by the 21st. So we'll see how this is going. I'm still behind, so I might have to listen to at least 1 or 1.5 on the weekend. And again, I don't listen to audiobooks as much on the weekend, so we'll have to see. It just depends on how the next couple days goes at work. Anyway, I think that's it for now. Tomorrow I do have my dentist appointment, my follow-up for my procedure and cleaning. So I'm going to be there like a long time, and it's not going to be fun. And but hopefully they'll give me the go-ahead. I can eat, or I can chew. But I mean, I'm very much, my chewing is much better now. I'm actually able to, I ate a burger the other day. I was able to chew it. I still broke it up a little bit. I didn't fully like bite in like that way. I'm still working on that. I haven't gone to, I'm not going steak yet for a little bit longer. Like really chewy stuff, I'm going to wait another couple weeks. But I want to know if I can use a straw, because I am tired of iced coffee. I really don't like iced coffee. I'd rather have blended coffees. But I'm going to see if I can use a straw, and if I can have potato chips again, because I haven't even tried a potato chip. So I don't know if I'm to the point where I can, because it's crunchy. I don't know. I haven't tried that yet. And I really miss potato chips. I don't eat them all the time, but once in a while would be nice. Anyway, that's it. If I, for some reason, am able to finish the front runner, I will come back. If not, I probably won't see you guys again until tomorrow, and probably after my dentist appointment. Because again, I'll work. I have to leave work at 3, so I'm getting out a little early. But the dentist appointment is going to be like an hour and a half, and I'm already just dreading it. But we just have to do what we have to do. So anyway, if I might see you in a little bit here. I'll try to get some cat footage. I mean, they're here, but they're I can't always catch them when they're being cute. Sometimes it is easy, sometimes not. So anyway, I will check in with you guys later. Okay, they just made a liar out of me. They're just sitting here and staring at me. What are you guys doing? Yeah? Yeah? Hey guys, so it is just about almost 9 o'clock, and I just finished The Front Runner by Elsie Silver. So again, this is book 3 in the Gold Rush Ranch series. So it was her first series. So I have already read the Chestnut Springs, and I went back to this series. So this one, it took me a little time. I read like the first 50 pages last week, and then I just never got back to it because of other stuff I was reading. Anyway, and so, Kitty, could you give me a minute? Get away from my drink. Yeah, to my drink when I talk. Anyway. The other one's laying on me. Anyway, so this is not a favorite. This is actually probably one of my least favorites of the books I've read by her. And again, I think I've read 8 now. Is that right? I think so. And it wasn't because of the couple overall. I think I liked the beginning really well when they were more like antagonistic towards each other. He was, he was flirting, but not quite really, kind of. And then she was, didn't take him seriously for most of it. Anyway, so she was very much her own person. I had no problem with that. There was the thing where I had the trouble with is the keeping of secrets of something that happens, and it does blow up like I thought it would when it happened. The aftermath didn't surprise me. There was something that kind of happened in the end that I didn't see coming, and that brought everything back together. I did like it overall. I think it was too long. I mean, it's only 342 pages, but I was just like, it's too long. Again, once we hit kind of midway, that's when all the sexy times happens, and there was quite a few scenes. I mean, it was a lot, and I don't know if the reason I didn't like it is because I knew that we were gonna get a stupid third act breakup, which again, I could see it coming. Anyway, it just wasn't my favorite. As I said, I don't think the characters are bad. I think the beginning was a lot of fun. I think that was it. I really liked the beginning. And then they kind of fake date, or he talks her into 3 dates when he helps a horse out. And I liked how that all went. There was a lot of things about them I liked. Yeah, it was just too long of a book for me, for what happened. And I kind of had lost interest. So I'm glad I kind of burned through that. Like, I took the time this evening to finish that because I was like, I don't want to read this anymore. I just want to be done. So I have one more book left in the series. A False Start, I think, is the 4th and final book in this series. So then once I've done that, then I can actually go on to the Rose Hill series, which is her newer series that she just completed. So I'm going to get caught up at some point. Anyway, I mean, again, I just started reading her this year, so I'm pretty much burning through her stuff. But I am sad that this was not a favorite. Again, I liked parts of it, but I knew that it wasn't a book like I'm going to keep this just because I have the whole series. But I don't think this is a book I would reread in full again unless I really wanted to. But it might be when I just like read the beginning and just enjoy that fun part. To me, that was fun. And then I don't know. It just wasn't my favorite of her books. Probably one of the least favorite. Anyway, but that's fine. I mean, again, that happens. You can't love them all. And again, I really like the characters, and I did like the beginning a lot. I just lost interest halfway through, and it just seemed to drag. Anyway, so I don't know what I'm going to read physically next. I am very, very tempted to start. Let me see if I can reach it. The kitty's right here. Yeah, sorry. They're all make noise. Anyway, is Spirits from Beyond. Okay, now the cat gets off my lap after I move. Anyway, which is book 4 in the Ghost Finder series by Simon R. Green. So I really kind of want to start this. I mean, I have another hour before I have to go to bed. I don't know. I might start that. Which probably I shouldn't now that I'm listening to the Nightside series, his other series, and I should wait till I'm done with that one before I come back to this series. But we'll see. I'm not sure what I feel like. I might not feel like anything, but I thought I would at least come back and talk because I finished this one. So at least I got that done. Another book off my currently reading, finally off. Anyway, so I think that's it. I will, as I said, tomorrow is another work day. And again, I do my dentist appointment after work. So I will probably come back sometime in the evening. And we'll talk then. We'll see. I will, tomorrow's Thursday. So I have to, so tomorrow I'm supposed to finish this vlog after work and then do my rolls for Halloween. Okay, so when I get home from my dentist appointment, I'll have to do that. So I might be starting a little late this week, but we'll see. we'll take care of that. I will wrap up whatever I read tomorrow, whatever I've listened to at work. I'll talk about that, and then we'll end this vlog, and I will start the next for the weekend. Anyway, I forgot that that's already Thursday for that. Well, I will check in with you guys tomorrow. Okay, guys. So, yeah, I made it through the dentist. Everything went fine. It just, ow. And so it was really funny because, again, I wanted to ask about the straws. So I can use a straw so I can go back to drinking blended coffees. I am so excited. Anyway, and then where did I put it? Oh, it was so funny. So, my other thing was potato chips. I am just really craving potato chips. I don't eat them that often, but I'd like them. So he asked me what flavor I wanted, and because I said cheddar and sour cream is my favorite, and I was like, well, I really like that, but they're really hard and crispy. So he's like, well, you could probably chew on your on the side that you did first, not the side you right now, but you still might want to wait a couple more weeks. And I'm like, damn it. And then he went back. I guess they had potato chips in the back in their lunchroom, and there were supposed to be some in that box, but they were all gone of that flavor. But he said, oh, these ones are softer, so I got Cheeto Puffs. So I'll probably eat them with my lunch tomorrow. Isn't that funny? Anyway, so yes, I did go then to Barnes & Noble because it's like half a block away. It's like just the next little block. And I did buy a book, and it's actually a book that's not out until next week, which my Barnes & Noble does have a tendency to put out some books ahead of time. Not all of them, but some of them. One of them happens to be Huntsman, a mafia romance by Naima Simone. I think I've read, or I own a book or a novella from her that was done in the Bonkers romance, some of their Kickstarters. I keep thinking I did read one by her, but I think I at least have one more that I have to read. Anyway, if not, I have something to read from her. But anyway, this is about, I think it's a Snow White retelling, but it's mafia. And her aunt is the one who took over the throne and took everything from her. And then she puts out a hit on her. But the main character knows who the hitman is, and she knows everything about him. So she's going to try to make him, if somehow she knows something about him so he won't kill her. I don't know what it is. Anyway, it sounded fun. I guess it's the first in this series, but I bought it. Anyway, I have credit. I had a gift card. So I used money. So I didn't spend any money. Anyway, that's my justification. I mean, it just sounded good. I've been seeing it online because, again, she knows Katie Robert, and so it's been posting on her thing, and I've been thinking about it, and I'm like, maybe I'll get that one. And then I looked at it and went, yep, I want to get that. I just need a book to make myself feel better after the dentist. Anyway, so now I'm gonna go home, and I will give a proper wrap up of what I read or listened to today, which wasn't very much because it was a busy day at work, and then I'll close this out. Anyway, I'll check in with you a little bit. Okay, so I'm home, and it's now about 5:25. Anyway, yeah. Anyway, it's Thursday afternoon, so I am going to wrap up this vlog. I did not get to any Victober reads. This has very much been a Simon R. Green reread week, and I mean, I did also read The Front Runner, but I don't have any regrets. Anyway, oh, I left that here. Anyway, so I did finish Sharper Than a Serpent's Tooth. Again, this is book 6. So this ends the first arc of the Nightside series. This was a big pivotal book of things that happened that was building up in the first 5 books. This is the 6th book, and a lot of stuff happens, a big battle, blah blah. So there's not much I can say about this one, except I really enjoyed it because I never, because I read these so far apart in years, like years that I don't remember how it all comes about or what happens. Anyway, I really enjoyed this. It does, there is it happened in one of the other books too, but it talked about a book that he wrote way before he wrote this series, probably about almost, not quite 10 years, but in the early 90s, that I own, called Shadows Fall. And I'm really tempted to read that at some point, but I think it's more sci-fi, but it seems like it's related somehow. So I feel like I need to read that one because it connects somehow. Some of his books connect. Anyway, so we'll, as I said, and I did, not in this book. What book was that? It was a book yesterday, I think. One of those does connect to the Ghost Finder series. I don't know if I mentioned that, but I did find the Karnacki character. He talks about somebody he knew as his mentor called Karnacki, and of course Karnacki is the Karnacki Institute, which does with the Ghost Finders. Anyway, point is, I really enjoyed this because it wraps up that that section of the series. So it's the first 6 books, and the last 6 books, I think, again, the first couple books just kind of are, crime or episode of the week kind of thing, monster of the week kind of thing, where it's a certain thing is going on. So I started Hell to Pay, which is book 7, and this one is following the Griffin family, who are immortal. So somebody has stolen the granddaughter of the patriarch, and he was about to change his will to make her the one who would succeed him. And again, everybody thinks somebody in the family decided that was not a good idea. I'm in page, I think I'm about 60 pages in. I didn't check to see exactly where I was. So I didn't get super far, but again, work was busy, so I didn't get to listen to this quite as much. I did have to run the forklift again for another huge freaking steel beam, but hopefully it's the last thing for a while. Horrible, stressed me out every time. Anyway, and I did complain about the forklift because, again, there's a problem with when it's at a certain angle, when it's not flat exactly, it just doesn't move the right way that our old one used to. Anyway, so really, again, as I said, other than my reading of The Front Runner, I read, well, again, I'm only partly through that one, but I did finish these 3 as well as 2 out of this bind-up this week. And did I read? And I listened to 2 of the Ghost Finders. I think I did pretty good. I'm pretty sure that's what happened this week. I'm not very good with a wrap-up after I talk about it. I move on. But that's where I'm at right now. So, anyway, I think that's it. Yeah. I don't know. Anyway, okay, that's it. So hopefully next week I will do better and be able to insert at least some Victorian reads. I do still have one book I would like to read physically and one I want to do audio. And then I have a couple backups. Why did you just bite me, Cooper? Yeah, anyway. Brett. He didn't hurt me, but he just bit my pinky. Anyway, it's because I just got home and he wants me not to be here. He wants to be on the couch. Anyway, so I'm going to wrap this video up here, and then I will, as I said, start the next 3-day vlog. So anyway, I hope somebody enjoyed this. I know it's kind of long and not as long as some of the other ones I've had, but it was really just a reread week for me, and I don't regret it at all. I'm a big rereader, if you haven't noticed, and sometimes you just have to go with that feeling. I don't think if I'd forced myself to read on anything or listen to anything else, I probably wouldn't have made any progress. And again, I only read The Front Runner because I had already started it and I wanted to get through that. So that probably wasn't the best time to read that book, but I also don't think it would have gotten any better if I'd read it another time. So it just didn't work. Anyway, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.